Today we're going to be taking a look at the best snow tire chain options for your 2018 Toyota Corolla. You're going to have the Glacier Chains, part number PW1034. Here in the center, you're going to have the Konig chains. And here on your right, you're going to have the Konig, part number TH04115090. Let's go over some of the differences between these chains. Now with these, you can see they have an H pattern. These are going to be for limited use. Maybe you live in a state where you're required to have snow tire chains in your vehicle all the time, but don't necessarily need to use them all the time. This is going to be a little less expensive way to go. With our Titan chains, they're going to be a roller style. The cable here, as you can see, it doesn't have any covering, anything like that. Underneath your rollers is also a cable. The only thing I see with these is if this happens to get pinched or kinked, then you've now compromised that part of that cable. As far as the installation on these, they're fairly easy. You do have to get back behind the tire underneath of it to hook them up. Once you get that back hooked up, the front's fairly easy to put on. They do recommend using a tensioner for these tire chains. And these can be used in snow or ice. Now these Konigs here, these are going to be a step up from those. They're going to install a lot easier. They're going to give you more of a diamond pattern coverage on your tire. So they're going to give you a lot better traction in snow and ice than your H pattern will. They're going to install a lot easier. You simply run this around the back of the tire and then pull it up, hook it together, and then you have your tensioners here that you just loop them through and hook them to the outside of the chain. You won't need the extra added part of the rubber tensioner like you do with this. This comes with the tensioner on it already. You can see it does have cable. However, your cable, you notice all the way around, it's covered. So you're less likely to have this get any damage to it. And everything inside, it's going to have chains that are going to be on your tires rather than cables and rollers. The chains are going to give you more grip in the snow. Also with the diamond pattern, you have more tire coverage than the H pattern. This is going to have plastic coating, so it's not going to be cold to the touch. If you need to get out and put it on right away. You can also see this gray chain here has a plastic coating on it, so it's also not going to be cold to the touch. All your ends are color coded, so you know where to connect everything. Where this crosses over in front of the tire, this is going to be a nice durable plastic, but it's not going to be a plastic that's going to damage your wheels. As far as this is metal around here. However, it has plastic knobs on both sides. So again, if it makes contact with the wheel, it's not going to scratch it. Now as far as the difference between these two Konig chains, this one's a little bit easier to install than this one, and it's going to cost a little bit more. What I mean by easier to put on is this one, you push the red button, feed this to the top, you're going to stretch out, stick it over your tire, fold this out, step on it, and it tensions. As you drive, it tightens up by itself. You don't have to get out, you don't have to make any adjustments. The only cable you're going to have is your tensioning cable, and it is completely covered inside of this plastic piece that runs all the way around the tire. There's no breaks in it where this is showing at all. This again, this one is going to have your diamond pattern, so it's going to give you a lot more coverage on your tire than the H pattern, and it's also going to have the chain links, and you're going to have chains on your tires rather than cables and rollers. These chains are also going to have a plastic coating. This is going to have a rubber back on it, so anywhere that it makes contact with the wheel, that rubber back is going to protect the metal or the aluminum from scratching your wheels. In summary, as far as the inexpensive limited use route, the Glacier Tire Chains would be the way to go. As far as all-purpose use, I'm going to have to give it to both Konigs. As far as ease of install, I'm going to have to give it to Konig chains. As far as my opinion goes on what I would choose between both the Konigs, I think I would have to go with this one and spend a little bit of extra money to get it because of how easy this is to install. And that'll do it for a look at the best snow tire chains for your Toyota Corolla.